down from the front, would normally come in the back, but that has nothing to do with us. The court ran over, and it was just something that was unavoidable. So please forgive us. It wasn't our fault. As the first order of business, I'm required to read a few statements regarding the zoning process. If you have any questions, I will address them once I finish. Zoning directly affects private property rights, which include the right of the property owner to the enjoyment of the use of that property, and the right of adjacent owners and general public not to be unreasonably harmed by specific land use. Tonight is the first of two public hearings. A second public hearing will be held before the Board of Commissioners, I believe on April the 6th, at 6 p.m. at this location. Attendance is not required, but your attendance is recommended. Order of business. As to the order of business tonight, I will introduce the applicant, and then the zoning administrator will give her comments. Then the applicant will come forward, state their name, address, and state their reason for their request. You may provide information or documentation supporting their applications. Next, the Planning and Zoning Commission will have the opportunity to ask the applicant questions. Next, I will open the floor for public comment. Ample time will be given to those that may want to speak for or in opposition to the rezone request. Note, all comments will be addressed to the commission and not to others in attendance. No personal attacks will be allowed. Next, the applicant will be allowed ample time to rebut any concerns expressed by other speakers. At this junction, no other comments will be allowed except by the board members. Then I will open a special session of the Planning and Zoning Commission. Then I will ask for a motion to approve, deny, or approve with conditions. The recommendations will be presented on Monday night, April 6th, to the Board of Commissioners. Does any of the members of the Planning and Zoning need to recuse themselves for anything on the agenda tonight? Hearing none. The Planning and Zoning Commission is a recommending board only. Whatever decision we make tonight will be presented to the Board of Commissioners, and they have the final say. All right, at this point, before we get into our rezone request, I will ask the board members to introduce themselves and what area they represent. Starting on my left.
Good evening, Cynthia Fortson on District 5.
Jeff Bradley, Vice Chair in District 1. Lee Mitchell, District 2.
William Smith, District 4.
Melissa Payne, Zoning Administrator 1. Tracy Patrick, Zoning Administrator 2.
And
Mike Pruitt, County Attorney.
okay. And we do have an open position on District 3. All right, at this point, we will consider our first rezone request, Barry Sarton, applicant for redeemable properties.
All right, so he is requesting to rezone a 4-acre portion of the 55.97 acres from A1 to AR to allow it to be split out for a family member's home site. The remaining 51.97 acres will remain in the A1 zone. The property is located at 0 Jotham Downs Road in Danielsville on map 11, parcel 102-02 in District 1.
Sarton, come forward. How are you today, my man?
I'm doing good. How y'all?
Good.
I'm Barry Sartain. We have been taking care of a grandbaby that's had some health issues. When he was a baby, he kept spitting up stuff, and everything that he eat went to his lungs. His mom and dad have to work, and he can't go to daycare because he's got a feeding tube, and we just want him close to us so we can help take care of the baby. That's all we want to do is get them a house right next to ours.
All right. Anybody have any questions for Mr. Sartain? All right, thank you, sir. At this point, I'll open the public hearing and ask, is there anybody here that wants to speak for this rezone request? Hearing none, is there anyone here who wants to speak in opposition to this rezone request? Hearing none, I'll close the public hearing and I'll bring it back before the board, and I will entertain a motion.
Chairman, I make a motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve. Do I get a second?
I'll second.
We have a second. Any questions or comments? If not, Cynthia?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Sartain, this has been approved by this board, and we will recommend to the Board of Commissioners that they do the same.
Thank you.
Number two, and let me apologize. First of all, if I mispronounce your name, please forgive me, because I'm real bad at that. Cameron Zarali, applicant for Quick Start Properties.
He is requesting to rezone a 12-acre portion of the 33.32 acres from A1 to AR to allow it to be split into 3 4-acre tracts and to rezone the remaining 21.32 acres from A1 to A2 to bring the property into compliance with zoning regulations. Property is located at 0 Jotham Down Road in Danielsville on map 11, parcel 101-03 in District 1. And I did want to add that there has been a revised site plan that we have now that was submitted, as the other site plans did not fit the lot width and length ratio that section 5.3.2 says. But I have sent out an email to the board.
I think all the board members got that, at least I hope you did.
And this is the new configuration here.
All right, sir?
So we're planning on doing this rezoning. This has been some family land, and it had been in conservation for, I guess, over 10 years. And we were looking to parcel out some small lots for to build either like a small homestead for our family, or put up some single-family homes. So.
All right. Any of the board members have any questions?
What are your long-term plans for the remainder of the 33 acres?
Well, I guess in 3 years we'll figure that out, see what happens. But we have
Why 3 years?
every 3 years I think you can rezone.
So you do have interest in having more parcels cut out. You're just holding off on,
Yeah,
you're trying to keep it at the minimum.
keep it at the minimum.
Okay.
But currently, where the small little C is right there, we have a little single-family house there, and we'd like to maybe do something with that, and then continue using like this partial, the remaining portion for like light agriculture, so garden, small livestock.
Any further questions? Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
All right, we'll open the public hearing. If anyone wants to speak in favor of this particular rezone request. Hearing none, is there anyone who wants to speak in opposition to this rezone request? ready to, close the public hearing and bring it back before the board. And I will entertain, is there any discussion, first of all?
I asked the questions that I did because, if more parcels are split out, I know that it would have to, we talked about it beyond 3 years, but it would, if it's done in, say more divisions are done after that 3 years, it's virtually the equivalent of a major subdivision. It would be more than the 4 lots allotted for a difference between a minor and a major subdivision, requiring the infrastructure and other things to go with it in the process. So, that's my only concern about a major, equivalent of a major subdivision in that character area, is not as concerning to me personally.
All right. Any further comments or discussion?
They would have to come back to us, right? If there was more strict.
Yes.
So they're just asking for a rezone of a single 4-acre parcel, is that, or I'm sorry, I'm looking
Three.
wrong, 3 4-acre parcels, yeah. So, just to clarify for others who may be listening, so there's no restriction on asking for a rezone, and there's actually no restriction on dividing parcels. The difference is that if you divide more than 5, have more than 5 splits within a 3-year period, then you simply have to follow the major subdivision regulations as opposed to the minor subdivision process, which is much simpler and easier.
All right. Any other comments or questions? If not, I will entertain a motion.
I make a motion to accept it as, the request.
Have a motion to accept, this rezone request. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Well, a second. Any questions, comments? Not, Ken?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. This has been approved. And we will recommend to the Board of Commissioners that this rezone request be accepted. And that is on April the 6th, so I do suggest that you, attend. So they do have the final say. All right, number 4.
Number 3.
Number 3, I'm sorry. David Russell.
David Russell, applicant for Russell and Sons Farm Holdings, is requesting to rezone a 12-acre portion of the 214.75 acres from A1 to A2 to allow the portion to be split out and gifted to a child for a home site, and the remaining 202.75 acres will remain in the A1 zone to be retained. Property is located at 875 Wagner's Grove Church Road in Colbert on map 72, parcel 23 in District 5.
All right, Mr. Russell.
I'm David Russell. Good evening, and
Good
thank
evening.
you for hearing my request. I want to get this rezone done so I can give 12 acres to my son and his wife.
Pretty simple. Any questions from Mr. Russell? Not, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, at this point, we will open the public hearing. Is there anyone who wants to speak in favor of this rezone request? Anyone wants to speak in opposition? Not, we'll close the public hearing and I'll entertain a motion.
I move that we approve this request.
Have a motion to approve.
I second.
Second. Any questions or comments? All right, Lee?
Yes.
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 All right, Mr. Russell, this has been approved, and we will recommend to the Board of Commissioners on April the 6th.
Thank you.
Number 4.
Okay. Melody Timmons and Sarah Worthington are requesting to rezone their 5.79 acres from A1 to R1 to allow the property to be split into 2 tracts containing one 3.397 and one 2.386 acre tract. Property is located at 5716 Highway 98 East in Comer on map 83, parcel 36-01 in District 5.
Okay. Anyone here to please come forward?
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Sarah Worthington. I bought this property originally in 2020 with my aunt and my 2 girls. I recently got married, so me and my husband would like to split it so we can have our own house with my girls, and they have the opportunity to stay at Comer Elementary because they do love that school and thrive there. And my aunt would still remain at the first property. And I believe my parents are planning to move in the house with her, so we have like a family.
All right. Board members have any questions?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
I was looking at the property out there, and I'm wondering why, because it looks like there's a drive that goes up to, the house, or the gray house.
Yes.
Okay, so why would the easement need to be crossing another property? Are you gonna use that drive?
Yes, we're still using the same existing easement, and we do have permission from Taylor Hall, which is the guy who currently owns that part, because it was already there when we bought our acres.
Okay, no, I'm talking about, there's a drive up to your house, right?
Yes,
Okay,
and we're still going to use that same easement in the driveway, we're just going to have it further down the road.
oh, so you're gonna use both the easement and your drive?
Yes,
to
we're
get
just going to continue it down.
Oh, okay, so I was saying, why would you have to use the easement if that drive couldn't extend back to the back property?
Yeah, we're going to do that, because we don't want to tear up the
Oh,
land or anything like that too much, just,
Oh, okay. And there's enough roadway for them to do that.
And I'm not advising anybody on real estate law, but theoretically, the easement, the Serbian estate next door that easement goes across now wouldn't necessarily have to agree to additional traffic for an additional lot, but they have plenty of road frontage and can put an easement in and across the neighboring lot if necessary, the one directly below if necessary. Don't want to.
The one I'm talking about.
No.
That's what you currently have, right?
yes, we currently just have the one easement. But there is opportunity for another one if we have to by code, but we would prefer to use the same existing one.
That's
But we can
exactly what I was
definitely
saying.
put in another one if we have to, or if it's interesting to sell for that reason.
Exactly.
Any further questions?
Should have kept my mouth shut.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, before we'll open the public hearings, anyone wants to speak in favor of this rezone request?
For my own edification, is there a minimum acreage size in Madison County for residential homes?
Depending on where it's located.
It's the zone. So the current zone that she's in is A1, and there's a 25-acre minimum lot size requirement. But the zone that she is requesting to go to, R1, there is a minimum 1.5-acre lot requirement.
What about AR? What's the minimum there?
It's 4 acres.
4 acres.
Mhm.
And this does fall within the correct zoning for the comprehensive plan.
Character area,
Yeah,
South Madison, right?
Yeah.
It goes in,
Goshen family, sorry.
Right.
There are no
but it is consistent with that.
Yes. consistent with that.
Yeah.
All right.
Still in the public hearing, I'm sorry, I got us off track.
Anyone want to speak in opposition? Please come forward.
I'm Diane Wood. I live in Coma, Georgia. I live right next door to, these people. I sold them the land. A house was supposed to be built on it. It fell through. So the real estate people said, well, I've got to, we own the place, but we had a real estate person that did all the legal work. They bought the land, I think it was a land package, the mobile home, the land, and came and told us that they bought it and want to put a mobile home on it. And they said it would be near the road, there'd be no problem. Well, they moved it in, there was some problem, I don't know what it was at the time, but they came to me again, the real estate, and said, we're going to have to move it right next door to you. And when I say right next door to me, I can throw a stone and hit it. So the deal was already done with the real estate. It's paid for, or paid on. Well, first of all, they moved the mobile home in the lower part. And they couldn't get it for some reason, so they had to move it next to me. I just let it go. I mean, so do it. And then I noticed, while they were setting it up, another mobile double-wide trailer came in. And I was like, well, what is going on here? So I called real estate, and he said, well, I really didn't know they were going to do that. And I said, well, that's hard to believe. But he said, no, I did not know they were going to bring another mobile home there. They were supposed to put this one where the other one was at. They had the same problem. They had to move it. So I went down there and asked them what was the problem. And she said the water level was too low or too high. I can't remember which. So there goes the mobile home. I said, well, okay, that's the end of that. Well, a few years later now, here we are. One of the sisters got married. They wanted to buy the land. They want a home, which to me is going to be another mobile home, another double-wide mobile home. My land sort of cuts through their land up to my driveway. That means they're going to be sitting right in my front yard, or what would be my front yard, you know, if I own that little part, acre, 3/4 of an acre or something. It's going to look like a mobile home park there. That devalues my land, a lot of people's land. I'm very opposed to this. I've had much problems with these people, with their animals, running. I've had to call the police to them several times. I've had to call animal control out there. They finally got them where they just threatened them with going to court and paying a fine if you don't keep your dogs up. So that helped some. Then they got a chain link fence, and I said, wonderful, that's where your dogs are going to go. The dog's still in the house. They put some goats out there. 2 huge, I guess they're goats, awful big goats. I don't know what they are. I'll say a goat. Big black goat, black goat. I think this is just asking for disaster, really. I don't know. It's bothering me because I'm right on Highway 98 East. As you're coming into the city, they're going to think this is Highway 98 East Mobile Home Park. I don't think this ought to be allowed. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion, you know. I guess that's all I got to say.
All right, any questions? Any questions?
How many homes are on the existing, on the property as it sits now?
It's just one double wide that sits next to my home. And they want to put one, I guess, in the same place that the other one was moved. There must be some kind of water level. Maybe they couldn't get a mobile home. I mean, they can try it again, it's all right with me, but, you know, I really don't think this is gonna be a good situation.
Since you mentioned two mobile homes, one being moved in after the other, I wondered if there were two there or there's one home there.
When they moved the mobile home next to me, about a couple of hours, here come another mobile home, just like their home. And they tried to put it in the middle of the land. Like I say, the water, level was not good, they couldn't get a septic tank permit, so they pulled it out. So now this is happening again. So I don't see how they can put the, mobile home there. What changed? You know, I mean, I guess that would be up to survey or y'all, whoever does it.
Can I ask you a question?
Uh-huh.
Okay, when I was looking at it, okay, there's the gray mobile home. Where are you at? Is there, because there is a home over here. Now, is that your home, or?
Yes.
What side are you on? So you're over here where they cross over?
Right.
Oh.
She's on the upper part.
She's on the-
Yeah.
The right side, according to the survey, or the north side.
Yeah, so she's not the easement though.
Correct.
Oh,
she's
yeah, she's on the other side, okay.
Yeah, there's another house.
Here, guys, I've got the quarter over.
Oh, okay.
There's another house on the other side of them.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, and then there's another house and another house.
Okay, well, I didn't see I know the gray house. Where are you saying the other mobile home is?
There's not another one.
Oh, okay, there's only
There's
one,
only one.
okay.
Right.
All right, any other questions?
Not for her.
Good, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Does anyone else want to speak in opposition? Okay, ma'am, would you like to have a rebuttal or anything that she said?
We've only moved our house one time, and it has not moved since. Everything we got done before my house was put was already, we had our soil samples out, where we was gonna put the septic tank out, and where the well was gonna go. We only got one mobile home, that's a double wide, so that's probably where she's getting confused between two, because they come in separate. So one time, 1 hour come in, the second time, they do that, they hook it up, they install it, so that's probably where she's getting the two from. But there is only one gray home there, that's a double wide. I've only had her call animal control me, because she does not like my dogs barking. Animal control has been at my house, and they have been over there when my dogs has been inside the house barking. She just does not like my dogs. I do have a fence out there for my prior goats and my dogs. Or dog, sorry, I have one dog, but. She,
Okay.
I mean, we try to be civil with her as much we can, work with her. We've had them on leashes. They're dogs, we like to take them out and not keep them inside all day. They do bark. They do sometimes get off the leash, but I don't have to worry about that since I got a fence where they go in and out of the house now, so there's no problem with that. That's about the only thing.
Just to ask you, was this well gonna serve both properties?
Yes, it is big enough. I did ask prior to that, so I wanted to get all my ducks in a row before.
So it does.
Any further questions? Just so you know that we're planning and zoning, we have everything new code enforcement. So, I don't want to control.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, anything else?
No,
All right, any further questions? We'll close the public hearing and bring it back before the board, and I will entertain a motion. Everybody speaking one time now.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve as presented.
Have a motion to approve?
I'll second.
Have a second? Any further questions or comments? All right, Ms. Smith?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. All right, this has been approved. We will recommend to the Board of Commissioners of approval. There will be a second hearing on April the 6th before the Board of Commissioners, and they will have the final say. And I do recommend that both the applicant and the one that opposed it do show up and speak their opinion. All right, number 5.
Kenneth Weaver, applicant for Weaver Family Trust, is requesting to rezone a 2.09 acre portion of the 16.61 acres from A1 to AR to combine with adjoining property listed as map 31, parcel 138, and to rezone the remaining 14.52 acres from A1 to A2 to bring the property into compliance with zoning regulations. The property is located at 333 Joe Graham Road in Hull on map 31, parcel 137 in District 3.
Now, I noticed that number 6 and 5, are they continuing on each other? Should they be taken together?
Yes, you could do that.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and read the second one as
If you
well.
would, please.
Kenneth Weaver is requesting to rezone his 2.04 acres from R1 to AR to allow the property to absorb a 2.09 acre portion from adjoining property tax map 31, parcel 137, for a total of 4.13 acres. The property is located at 901 Piedmont Road in Hull on map 31, parcel 138 in District 3.
All right, Mr. Weaver.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Good.
On both of these, in short, my wife and I are purchasing 2 acres, just over 2 acres from my parents. And so that is where number 5 falls into, but they're tracked below the current, or where they were already A1, so they'll have to go to A2, that's where number 5 is. And then because we're purchasing that to go with our current property at 901 Piedmont, that's where number 6 item comes in. That will put us just over 4 acres, that's where we'll be going to AR. And my parents are in their 80s, we're just purchasing the property from them, we already live next door to them, it's just gonna combine with our property, there's no changes to the property or anything like that.
All right, sir. Any questions for Mr. Weaver? No, thanks, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll open the public hearing. Is there anyone wants to speak for these 2 rezone requests? Hearing none, is there anyone who wants to speak in opposition? Hearing none, I'll bring it back before the board and we'll entertain a motion.
I move that we approve this request.
Have a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Have a second. Any questions or comments? We'll approve the 5 and 6 together, because they continue in front of each other. All right, Cynthia?
Yes.
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 All right, Mr. Weaver, this has been approved, and we will recommend to the Board of Commissioners that they approve it also. Number 7.
Okay, Mark Jackson and Lynn Boyd are requesting a conditional use for their 19.6 acre property to allow an event venue to be operated on the property. Property is located at 1082 Osley Mill Road in Comer on map 104, parcel 38 in District 4.
All right, Jackson?
Evening.
Good evening.
My wife and I, we bought this in '06. The county closed the road, gave it back to us. Our land that we have, the 20 acres, is not a farm land. I can't farm anything on it, I can't raise anything on it. It's too hilly, we got water in the dam and stuff. So my wife, I've been traveling for the last 10 years making a living. She wants me to work at home. And this is about the only way I know that the farm can actually pay for itself. And to be quite honest, we plan on adding a lot to the tax base for the county. We have, in my opinion, one of the nicest looking properties around with Holly Creek, the water, we have a granite dam, just a whole different, it looks like you're in the bottom of the mountains and on the property. We had her retirement party. She retired after 18 years with Advantage Behavioral Health last October, and I heard from 50 people on that party I should be doing this on a regular basis. So we feel that this is a good way to give back to the community. They can see the property, that the road was closed, and it's beautiful property, and we hope you allow it so that we can prosper along with the county.
All right, any questions? Mr. Jackson? None? Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we will open the public hearing. Is there anyone here who wants to speak in favor of this rezone request? Anyone here wants to speak in opposition? Hearing none, I'll bring it back before the board and we'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve this conditional use.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the conditional use.
Second.
Have a second? Any questions or comments? If not, I believe Mr. McKinney?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Johnson, this has been approved, and we will recommend to the Board of Commissioners to approve this conditional use request.
Well, I just want to say we appreciate it, and we really are looking forward to giving something to our community. We've been here 20 years now. All my relatives live here, so it's a good opportunity for us to give back to our community.
Mr. Jackson, I remember when we did that road closure and you were having to come from all over, so I'm glad you're.
From Texas and New York, I traveled. It was quite a challenge, but I wanted to thank y'all. Closing that road actually made a difference, and I'll tell you one thing that saved the county on. When they close that road, the part that goes up to 72, your maintenance is spending half the money keeping that road clean now that it doesn't have that through traffic, which is kind of nice. So we thank you.
Well, thank you for willing to invest in our county.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, number 8.
James Sellers is requesting to rezone an 8-acre portion of his 29.99 acres from A2 to AR to allow 2 4-acre tracts to be split out and gifted to his children for home sites. The remaining 21.99 acres will remain in the A2 zone to be retained. Property is located at 0 Macedonia Church Road in Danielsville on map 51, parcel 91 in District 4.
All right, Ms. Sellers.
Yes, how are y'all this morning?
Good.
Our acreage is 29.9, and we are just trying to, separate 8 acres for 2 of our sons to have a 4-acre lot apiece to build a home site.
Okay, so any questions for Sellers?
You currently live on the property?
Not on that 29 acres now.
We've got 2 tracks.
Yeah, the 29 acres is under conservation. But we didn't breach the contract by, separating the land fully.
So there are no houses at all in that process. Any other questions?
Is the road frontage proper on that?
Yes, we have plenty of road frontage for it.
Any further questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, we'll open the public hearing. Is there anyone who wants to speak for this rezone request? In favor? Hearing none, is there anyone who will speak in opposition? Hearing none, bring it back before the board and entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve as presented.
Have a motion to approve as presented. Next, I have a second. Any further comments or questions? All right, Lee?
Yes.
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 All right, this has been approved, and we will recommend to the Board of Commissioners, to approve this, rezone request. All right, number 9.
Gary Harvin, applicant for Kevin Gordon, is requesting to rezone his 16.55 acres from A2 to AR to allow the property to be split into 3 tracts containing one 6.25, one 4.3, and one 6-acre tract. The property is located at 2870 Crabapple Hollow Road in Nicholson on map 17, parcel 9E in District 1.
Gary?
How are y'all this evening?
Good. And you might as well stay up.
Yeah, a lot.
I think, Ms. Tracy summed it up pretty good. This is an odd request. There's an out parcel cut out in the middle of this. It's a 1.5 acre lot that has a driveway easement going through it. Lot 1 has a house on it currently that the owner lives in. It appears he's selling that home to a friend of his and gonna build a home on lot 1 and then either sell lot 3 or speculatively build on it. That's currently what I know.
Okay. Any questions of Harvin?
So that outlot,
Mhm.
is that just belong to somebody else? Was he-
Yes, ma'am. Somebody else owns it and has their own residence on it.
Oh, is it really?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
Yeah. Kind of just out there in the middle. Yeah. So,
Gary didn't recommend that.
no, it's kind of hard to work around a little bit, so, yeah.
Any further questions?
You mentioned the
Oh, I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
Is this something that they have to use?
Oh, no, it's fine.
Oh,
It's all
okay.
fine, yeah.
All right, you mentioned 20-foot easement to the parcel in the middle. There's a 50-foot easement. That's an existing easement? Or is that-
Yeah, so it serves the property back here. That's also an outlot that was cut out. I think the history of this property, if you go back and look at it, it's changed hands and been cut up a lot, through the years. And, but yeah, there's another residence in this area here that has a driveway that goes along the edge of the property there. The 20-foot drive easement that serves this 1.5 acre lot is dedicated right here. So yeah, a lot going on there on that lot 3. It would have 2 easements crossing that lot, correct?
Any further questions? All right, we will open the public hearing. Anyone wants to speak in favor of this rezone request? Anyone want to speak in opposition? Please come forward, state your name and.
Yeah, Jason Moss, 2581 Crabapple Hollow. I live right across the way from lot 3. And my property is right here, which is road frontage.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime that it rains, this is a pond and this is really wet weather in this area. I don't think that it'll perk. I don't know what the status is on getting perk test on it. But anytime that it rains, it puddles up here, it ponds here big, and then the water actually goes across the road. If they try to put a house right here, any way that they raise that up high enough to get it to road level, all the watersheds don't come into my property. And I'm real concerned about that. And until they get this fixed, I don't think anything else needs to be done with the property. Because all they have to do is bring a ditch down here, because this is the top of the hill. But bring a ditch back down this way, and it would clean it out, keep water off my property.
All right, so any questions?
Are you saying that would come across the road on you or go through culverts under the road?
No, just, they need to, if they keep it all on their side of the road here, that'll keep it from going over the road. Right now, it's actually going on top of the road onto my property.
Okay.
Not on a sprinkle, but when there's a good rain, it does do that.
Any more questions?
Is that something the county would address should a permit be pulled for that particular parcel, or how could we address this problem?
Usually if there's a complaint filed, then code enforcement would see that the proper precautions are made, but
Yeah, I'm not sure that's really a code enforcement issue. Sounds like it might be an opportunity to make it better for the landowners there, and hopefully they do, so. But, that's probably, I mean, at least the existing one, I'm assuming it's been there for the requisite period of time and all of that. So between the private landowners, that's probably already, that sort of sets the status quo. If the volume or rate or flow rate is increased, that could be a private issue between them. But I don't think that's something the county regulates.
But before anything gets built, especially on this area, before anything else gets built, they're gonna have to do a lot of work to be able to elevate this high enough to get it out of that flood area, because this is a big pond. And like I said, that right there, I didn't fuss about it because it's, you know, it's on the other end of, kind of on the other end of the property, but if they build anything, it'll come right directly in front of our house and on our property.
Now, is that something that we would consider as far as a rezone?
It's kind of speculative. I mean, I can't say that it's out of the realm of possibility of, you know, of valid factors, but it's somewhat speculative given, I mean, the county just, as we've discussed, I've discussed for 25 plus years now, but the county just does not require a lot of information at the rezone stage. So there's no way for us to know whether this will become a problem or whether the landowner may already have plans for doing exactly what this gentleman wants. So
I just don't want to, don't want it to devalue my property.
Right, and that's what
build across the way from it.
And that's what I was explaining, again, not representing anybody except the county, but that there are private remedies for that. Should it come to pass, hopefully it doesn't.
So with that, number 8 on our analysis, it says there was a proposed chain free and drainage problem. So, that's GS.
Yeah, right.
well, it's not in the floodplain area, so I wasn't aware of.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Tracy. I was wondering what that was getting at, because we just don't have enough information to go to this level of detail.
Gary, do you have anything to address that, or?
We had Philip Archer study the soils, and we have usable soils to get the septic tank in. I'm not very familiar with the house and what they're proposing for foundations, and if it would be a basement and all of that stuff. I would assume that they'd have to have their erosion control and all of that stuff in, and from there, the code enforcement would be able to get involved, I think, if there was an issue and they weren't, meeting the state erosion stuff. But, no, at the lot 3, the reason it's the bigger lot, is it's definitely the worst lot, but it is unfortunately a lot that in the area it's very valuable. So.
How big is that pond?
It's about 2 acres. I'd probably say a third of the lot size. Yeah, and apparently it's dry sometimes and wet sometimes as well, they say, so it doesn't really hold water, but, yeah, not very good soils around the pond for sure.
So would they have to build in the back or?
No, so I think what they're proposing is house would be up front, and then, they would end up, the septic tank would be around the drive easements where the usable soil is, yeah.
So the only place that the house would fit is right here.
Oh.
And if you build that up, I mean, it's 3 foot lower than the road. If you built that up to road level, guaranteed there'd be some runoff issues. There's no way, I mean, if you look at it, go out there and see it's a big divot.
I might suggest too, it sounds like the water's coming across the road, that's a potential safety issue. There's that much coming over. Commissioner Adams may ask the road department to go, it may just be a matter of cutting ditches, I don't know. May ask the road department to go out there and take a look at that and see, make sure that water's being drained off of that road. So you may want to.
But the only reason I'm here is because if it gets rezoned and it doesn't get addressed here, then it just gets passed off to the new owners, and then we have to do all this mess again. If we fix it now before we get the zoning approved, then it'll be,
And it could be something that, the applicant's got 2 weeks before the DOC hearing, so maybe if the applicant could get a little more information on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When does the home site have to be located at that point? I mean, when does that come into play in the?
That would be the building permit, so that would be later.
Yeah, more than likely, I'll just mock up a site plan with a grade, and if it's 3 foot below the road, we'll probably just bypass the water to the pond that's there, to where we can keep it off the road. So
Yeah.
I'll get something together on it, yeah.
I don't care what water
Between now and
goes.
the VOC, and maybe submit it to Tracy, and, that'll be fine.
All right? Yep. Any further questions? Thanks, sir. Anyone else in, opposition? Or concerns? Not, I'll bring it back to the board. Entertain a motion.
Nice, if approved, do we put a condition that be?
No, again, I don't think we have enough information for that, so, I think we're just gonna have to trust that to be handled at the VOC level 2 weeks from now. Sounds like there's a lot of cooperation on it here.
I'd like a motion to approve. A motion to approve? Second. Have a second? Any further comments, questions? All right, Smith, I believe you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right, this has been approved. From our standpoint, it's been approved, but you guys have worked together before the commission meeting, and they'll have a lot of questions, so.
Yeah, no, I'll get a site plan together on it, take a look at it, it's fine. Yeah.
All right, number 10 and 11 go together?
Yes,
Okay.
they can be taken up as one vote. So Gary Harvin, applicant for Shape Rack Holdings, is requesting to rezone a .511 acre portion of their 176.511 acres from A1 to AR to absorb into their adjoining property listed as map 14, parcel 13-01A for an approximate 8.048 acre tract. The remaining 176 acres will remain in the A1 zone. Property is located at 3898 East Commerce Road in Hull, map 14, parcel 13 in District 1. And then I'll go ahead and read 11. Gary Harvin, applicant for Shape Rag Holdings, is requesting to rezone their 7.54 acres from A1 to AR to allow the absorption of a .511 acre portion from their adjoining property on map 14, parcel 13 for an 8.048 acre tract and to bring the property into compliance with zoning regulations. Property is located at 3898 East Commerce Road in Hull on map 14, parcel 13-01A in District 1.
All right, Gary?
A lot going on there. This track one was originally created, I want to think, in 2021, back when the regulations were still a little bit more relaxed on A1 zoning. So I was contacted by the club to adjust the property line on this, but of course, with our current zoning regulations, the corner lot no longer being A1 needed to be rezoned to AR. And I think this 0.51 acres is coming off of the larger 176 plus or minus acre tract to be joined with tract one. The remaining parent tract would remain A1 as it is already. We're just asking for this strip to be joined to the existing tract and bring the existing tract into conformance from A1 to AR for the acreage.
All right. Questions?
Can I ask a question?
Sure, go ahead.
My name is Joe Ramsey. I joined Shaker Rack's property. Now, you said it was on East Commerce Road, is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. This right here is Planagone Road, and it looks to me like It's a,
Sir, could you come over here where we can see exactly what you told him to do?
this right here is the property, right? That you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay, this right here is East Commerce Road, but this right here is Flanagan Road.
Yes.
That driveway is served through that property, so that's how we have that listed.
Hi, wait a minute, tell me that again, please.
They use the same driveway to access
All right,
those parcels off of East Commerce Road.
okay, they use this road right here, is that right?
No, this is the intersection of Gunnell Road and East Commerce right there.
Gunnell Road, Flanagan Road. So y'all come off this road right here to go to that? Is that?
It has direct frontage on Flanagan and East Commerce, yes, sir.
That empty field right there. Okay, that was my question. Y'all gonna come off this road right here to go to access that right there?
No, so this is gonna be one large 8-acre tract when it's done. They're getting 0.51 acres from them to make a total 8-acre tract is what they're doing. They're not creating a 0.51 acre lot in there, no, sir. They're adding that to that corner tract that already.
But what I'm getting at is the access to it. The access is from this road over here, from East Commerce Road, is that right?
Yes.
So for the large tract, the 177, this large tract right here, this 177, there's actually an access easement on up, East Commerce.
Who's the easement from?
Let's see, I'm not sure, but I can show you on Q Public about where it is here.
Where they come in.
So they come in right
Lucky
here.
Jones right there.
That ain't Lucky Jones is this road right here. That,
Yes, sir, so they don't actually do it off Planter Gunnell at all, but
They
they
don't.
access it off East Commerce on down.
they don't own the land.
Okay,
there.
sir, at this point, let him finish, and then if you have opposition,
Okay,
you can come forward.
I was just asking a question,
Okay.
I didn't understand.
I think he's answered your question.
So, this is the existing parcel that exists. It's got Flanagan Road and East Commerce, so that's the existing 7 point.
That will 1301 down. Was actually on the corner, so that's the first rezone, so it goes to this one for that small. Sorry, what you did. So there's the small corner lot.
Yeah. So that's the existing lot that has the frontage on East Commerce and Flanagan Road. This will be the Chandler Family Cemetery that's cut out in the middle of that exists. So I think on that corner here, on this side is maybe Wayne Thrush owns this over here.
Yep.
Yeah, so,
Well, actually, there's some other people on that.
okay, yeah, and somewhere in there.
Wayne owns the pasture.
Yeah, so this would basically, they're selling off what little frontage they have, I guess, essentially, this is a double corner lot right there at that intersection. But the existing acres are, for some reason, wanted to add a half acre to it. The buyer wanted to buy an additional half acre, so it's not a new half acre lot, it's a half acre being added to this larger parcel.
Is the plan a single family home?
Yes, yeah, from what I understand, I think it's one of the ladies that works at the club, is gonna build a house and a stable and something like that. I had to go out there and meet her, she wanted to add more property and straighten that back property line out, and we ended up going through this whole zoning process to get her to buy a little bit more land, so.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm a nosy neighbor. I live here. There's a sign right here asking about rezoning. I was trying to figure it out. I understood this one. There's a sign here for rezoning. There's a sign here for rezoning. What was the purpose of this sign?
Sir, we're getting all off target here. Let him finish, and then if you have an objection, then you can come and object to it.
Honestly, I'm not sure on that. Actually had our field guys go put the signs out.
Gary, it's because the 177 acres, the .5 is coming off of it,
Okay.
and it touches Planter Gunnell.
Yeah, I remember we just had a
So it
bunch of signs we had to put out on this one, yeah. Yeah, so, Shake Rag essentially has sold off one parcel to a member down below, down Flanagan Road, closer to Sailors down here.
Yep.
And then they attempted to sell this parcel to that same member, but I think it created a CUVA breach at the time, and they had to not sell it. And so they're actually renewing CUVA this year, and that's what also brought upon them getting rid of this parcel and making this adjustment as well, so, yes.
Okay, All right, thank you very much. And gentlemen, I hope you understand, we're not trying to throw you off, but we have a process that we have to go through. And we want to stay in line with what we're doing, okay? At this point, I open the public hearing. Is there anyone that wants to speak in favor of this rezone request? Sure. In favor? Yeah. Okay. Is there anyone here who wants to speak in opposition?
We need a name, sorry.
He wants to, what's your name, sir?
Don Edmonston, I own the property.
Don Edmonston.
I'm down the street there a little bit.
All right, is there anyone who wants to speak in opposition to this rezone request?
And this is just for the one that's showing on the map right here, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I would be for it as well. I don't know if you were gonna take the second name. We're not taking a poll, so that's okay.
I am earning my money tonight, I'm flipping opposition, so.
Okay.
I know it's an extremely confusing request, so, yeah.
Well, Shake Rag doesn't need that area there, cause they can't run their horses down there anyway, so that's.
Okay, then.
All right, we will close the public hearing and I will bring it back before the board. I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve.
I'll second.
I have a motion to second. Any questions or comments? All right, Cynthia.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
All right, this will be presented to the Board of Commissioners and we will, recommend to them that this be approved. All right, number 12.
Gary Harvin, applicant for James and Kathy McKay, is requesting to rezone a 6-acre portion of their 14.97 acres from A1 to AR to be split out as a standalone 6-acre tract. The remaining 8.97 acres will be absorbed into their adjoining A1 property, and that's on map 68, parcel 3, for a total of 84.24 acres for tax purposes. This property is located at 0 Powers Road in Danielsville on map 68A, parcel 50, in District 6.
So this piece of property was part of the, Power Estate, and, Mr. and Mrs. McKay, I guess inherited it. Mrs. McKay's brother, or brother-in-law, is getting 6 acres, that they're wishing to get zoned AR so that they can put on the market to sell. This remaining 8.97 acres is gonna remain A1 to be further combined with his 75-acre parcel next door into one large parcel. So, essentially, a 6-acre lot is being created, the remainder is just being combined with a larger ag parcel.
All right, any questions for Gary on this one? Thank you, ma'am. Any questions from the board? Now, we will open the public hearing. Does anyone want to speak in favor of this rezone request? Anyone want to speak in opposition? Hearing none, I'll bring it back before the board, and I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
A motion to approve. Second. Have a second? Any questions or comments? If not, Kenneth?
Yes.
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 All right, as we will recommend to the Board of Commissioners that this be approved. All right, item number 2.
Consider amending section 7.10 PUD zoning district of our current zoning ordinance to strike the section and replace it with section 4.1 of the Unified Development Code draft.
So that everybody will know, I think the board members, if they've looked it up, will know. Could you tell us what the old, what we're trying to strike says?
Mike, I might let you.
You just want a summary of it?
Yes, sir. Just a summary, so everybody understand. I mean, It may sound like we're talking Greek, and they don't know what we're talking about.
So, yeah, I'll explain the overall concept. So, planned unit development, is a way to create a multi-use, development on a single parcel of land. It's basically a customized zoning district that single parcel would be. And there are lots of requirements that the applicant has to submit, a lot of information like plans, covenants, so forth. And then if approved, those become, and of course there are other parts of the zoning ordinance that may still apply, but as far as, rather than looking to R1 or A2 or whatever, you look to all the details you've approved for that PUD, that is that zoning district. Okay. Now, in the past, it presently exists and always has. It's basically unusable because of very large lot size requirements as well as really tight restrictions on what the uses are within that. When this was brought to me, first thing I did was look at what's proposed in our proposed new Unified Development Code that hasn't passed yet. I pulled that out, made just a few adjustments to it, and then put it in a resolution form for y'all to consider.
Okay. I think that what we're considering right now, it says 100 acres for business and residential, and 50 acres for just residential. Is that right?
You listed 100, let's see.
It's 100 if it's planned residential development with shopping facilities.
Right.
Facilities, and 50 acres without shopping facilities.
Okay. And what we're considering is changing back to the new owners, bringing that 100 acres and that 50 acres down to 10. Is that correct?
I'll have to find that. I haven't looked at it in a while.
Bring that down to 10. That's what, yeah.
But it's a whole, again, it's also about the uses that are permitted, and I mean, not that I'm the expert CPL who drafted this, as part of UDC is, but yeah, I think this is a much more modern and usable planned unit development portion of the ordinance.
Right. Well, I'll start off the discussion. First of all, you know, as a chair, I don't have a vote.
Now,
But I have a
public hearing tonight, or is this just discussion? Okay, so you probably need to do your public hearing and then bring it back for discussion.
All right.
And normally on text amendments, we just say, is there anyone here to speak?
Anyone here to speak for
or against
this?
Or otherwise.
Yes.
Generalized question, what is the ultimate purpose of making this change? What is the board's desire in lowering this standard? I understood you say to get it more in line with normal, or I guess, what's common now, but what's the board's desire in making this change? Is it to bring more industry to the county, or what's the desire there? Okay.
I don't have an answer.
To be honestly, sir, I don't have an answer. Okay. This was brought to us for us to consider. I don't have an answer. I have an opinion, but I don't have an answer for that.
I'm not gonna speak in favor or against.
Which is fine. It's text amendment.
I think where we're at as a county right now, we desperately need new code. I don't know, it's probably one of the most vital things that we need, for some of these simple requests to come in and, have a proper category to go into instead of getting lumped into, I think we're at a B and then an I, which an I is pretty broad on industry, talking about their zoning codes. I don't know if I'm a fan of the PUD deal. I'm a fan of site plan specific or condition in the zoning. You know, if there's something site specific that has to be worked out, on a case by case basis. I am a bigger fan of having a light industry zoning and maybe having a medical office building zoning, maybe having a professional office institutional zoning, where, you know, PUD, when I think of a PUD, immediately I think of a Gwinnett Place Mall or Mall of Georgia, 100 acres, right? Live, work, play, this whole deal. I think it has its position. I think better establishment of zoning districts and their uses has better effect than possibly bringing a PUD down in this manner. So that's just my view, my thoughts, talking out loud. This is what I do every day for a living. But we desperately need help, and I don't know whose cage to rattle to get that help. So,
all right,
just let me know and I'll rattle it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Anyone else? Now, we'll close the public hearing, I'll bring it back before the board for this. First of all, we want to ask for a motion at this time for discussion. And like I said, I will start the discussion. As the chair, although I will vote, I do have an opinion. Number one is that we've had things like this come before us before, with the company that we hired and has not yet finished their job, that we delayed until this was approved by the committee that was put together, then brought before the planning and zoning, and then go to the board of commissioners. I think this falls into that category that we should wait. Number two, I think going from 100 acres and 50 acres down to 10 is inappropriate. I don't think 10 acres is enough for a PUD. That's my second reason. As I'm opposing, as I oppose it. So that's my 2 cents worth. So floor is open for discussion.
Well, to me, I also think going from 100 acres to 10 acres is not really give what a PUD is. Like, I mean, when you're talking about, when I'm looking at 100 acres, I'm looking at, okay, you got parks, you got place to live, place to eat, place to work. And I can't see compacting that into 10 acres. How is it being more efficient? How is it serving what a PUD does? Because, I mean, you can say 10 acres, so I think, well, I'm not going to get into the one you're thinking about, but they can put a park out there and just put a swing set or something. I mean, it's just it's not efficient to me what it's supposed to do. So I think going to that 10 acres is not serving what a PUD does.
All right, anyone else?
I'll echo a lot of those same sentiments. I'll keep it short. I think that we're continuing to put manpower and resources to put Band-Aids to accomplish a short term where we need to be working towards the long term. We've put out a sizable amount of money for all encompassing rewrite, and not to discount the work, Mike, that you did in putting this together, but some of these temporary things that we've done really quick in the past have come back to bite us in the butt. And
no personal stake in it, I just did what I was asking.
And I think that's not personally, I appreciate what it is, but I'm just, a couple things in the past where we do these temporary, quick things, we need to look at this to redo this. The challenge is the rewrite, and I'm not sure that the rewrite is, we've got to continue to push forward and complete that task. I'm sorry to interrupt.
When you cut it down 90% on the acres, that's a lot, cut it down 90%.
But when you do, I mean, I did some pretty extensive research. A PUD, I mean, there are lots of counties, but they have a much higher density than what we do for something like that. When you look at some of the larger metropolitan counties, they don't have 100-acre tracts just sitting there. They're going to take a 10, 12-acre tract and really do some intensive kind of stuff. We're kind of on the opposite side, and that's what concerns me about making such a blanket move at this point in the rewrite. So,
and I would say, if you look in Athens, also North Avenue, they're putting like something like here on a little lot, and it doesn't look nice. They got, condos with two little, I think, stores are gonna go there, and then one drive. I mean, because they don't have the land, that's what they have to stick to be more efficient, but I think we don't have to go there.
I think that there is a place for PUDs, but they're meant, for what I know about them, and I sold some property as a PUD, where I came from, so I've got a little experience with it. But PUDs, like Gary said, are meant for community, it's a community-oriented, large, multi-use developments that are good for the county, but the conventional methods don't work. In this case, from the one on Highway 29, I don't know what brought this up, maybe the one on 29 that we've heard about. If that's what has brought this up, to me, that one is very simple. It can be handled as a business lot and a residential lot, or residential use. I don't see the need to push this through. We've been discouraged up to this point from making text amendments. We had one on Rogers Mill Road with an ag business. We had the auction barn issue. So we've been pushing things, trying to get our new plan from CPL, and it's still not done. So unless there's a pressing issue or a development that's good for the county and would necessitate this, I think it needs to be denied.
Well, my other concern is that you have a group of people that have been appointed to look at this rewrite, and then we as part of it, and I'm part of it, haven't had a chance to go over the entire thing and express our concerns within that meeting. And then it's supposed to come to us, and then go to the Board of Commissioners. So I personally don't see any reason to rush this. I think we need to do as we have done in the past on others, is to wait until the rewrite is done and the whole thing can be accepted or denied. That's my concern.
I agree, unless there's a development that someone has proposed out there somewhere and it can't be done by conventional means, but it's good for the county, I think it just needs to be pushed down the road until CPL can get their product done.
All right, any other questions or comments?
If I may, Mr. Chair, and this is
Yes,
obviously
sir.
controversial, but, the one thing that's come up in my memory, where we really could have used this was the Rose, Golf Course development, and we ended up having to do a split zone instead, which has its own. The reason I'm saying this now is just to make a verbal note here, the UDC form, where they list the uses there, that can be put there, and they have an active recreation category, but they didn't have golf courses in it. So I added golf courses for this proposed amendment. If this gets deferred to the entire rewrite, let's remember to ask them to add that there as well.
With that, I will ask for a motion.
Mr. Scott.
Yes, sir.
My name's Joe Randy.
All right.
Before you dismiss, I really believe you asked me to come over here and get back over here, that I was out of order with another guy here. And I never did finish up with my question over about the Shaker Rag property that was off Nice Commerce Road.
Okay, I think that this gentleman here sitting in front of you can answer your question.
Well,
After the meeting.
mine was from the lady over here that said that, Shaker Rag
Talking about
got
2
easement
refunds ago.
on that access.
Okay.
This is kind of odd, but I'll let you finish. If there's a question you got for her,
Yes, sir.
please ask her the question and she'll answer you,
Okay.
but we won't debate it.
Okay, that's fine.
All right? Please ask her.
I asked the question earlier.
Yes, sir, we have pulled that up and
Okay.
showed you where that easement was.
Can I go over there?
Sure.
And Gary, if you wanna come up as well.
Oh, where the easement comes in, so it.
Mm-hmm, so we're,
All right, the property on the back side is off East Commerce Road, a little small angular track. Not this right
kind
here,
of
no.
this one, this is the other track right
That's still the track?
No, so
No,
the blue
sorry.
was
No,
the
it-
large
it was on
shade
the
riding
far
track.
back side of it.
Sorry.
So this was the first rezone right here, it's 177 acres. They were cutting off 0.5 acres here to go into this tract here. So you were questioning, this right here is plain or gunnel.
Yep, I do know.
Yes, sir.
But in my opinion, I thought there was another one on the back side of that to start out with, a small tract that was being added to that. There's only 2 tracks?
Yes, sir, and they're just shaving a piece off the 177 right here where the mouth is to go in this corner lot.
I guess I'm completely out of order then.
That's okay,
All right.
Because we were talking about Lucky Jones Road right there.
but we
And
were
these-
talking about the easement, so they
Yeah.
don't come off plain or gunnel,
Sir.
there's no drive. It comes off an easement right here.
There's no easement right there that I'm aware of.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
I told you at the beginning, we're going to debate it.
Yeah, I'll be back
They
here
have answered your question. Thank you.
because I'd like to verify that.
Okay. All right, our next,
Did we ever?
You didn't take your vote.
Yeah, we didn't take a vote on it.
okay, all right, let's take a vote, I'll entertain a motion
That we passed.
that we either accept or deny.
I'll make a motion, we deny. I'll second.
All right, any questions or comments? We need to deny. All right, forgot who it was.
I know,
Yes?
yes, yes.
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 All right, now, yes is to deny this, consideration to amend,
Proposed text amendment.
text amendment. Okay. Old business.
Tony Gunn, applicant for her mother Angela Hollis, is requesting to rezone her 20.88 acres from A2 to AR to allow the property to be split into 4 tracts consisting of 3 4-acre lots and 1 8.88 acre lot for family members. Property is located at 799 Lord Fleming Road in Comer on map 69, parcel 64 in District 2. Now, I did want to add that the public hearing portion of this was held at our February 17th meeting, so this will be for the vote only.
Right. There is no public hearing with this. And if you all remember, there was a thing about code enforcement and all that kind of stuff, but,
Yeah, this is the one about the road, where the road, yeah.
Yes.
And y'all sent us an email clarifying.
right, to clarify the road,
They're using an easement.
they're using the easement to access the back portion of that property. All right, is the applicant here? The applicant's not here now. I was gonna give the applicant, even though it's not a public hearing, I was gonna give the applicant a chance to say whatever they needed to say. But this is not a public hearing, so I'll bring it back before the board and entertain a motion.
I make
You have all the information.
I make a motion to approve.
A motion to approve? I get a second. I get a second.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a second. Any questions or comments? Anything in addition? All right, Lee?
Yes.
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 All right, this has been approved, and we will recommend to the Board of Commissioners that this be approved.
And they'll have, they still have the public hearing to go at their level, right?
Yes,
Yes,
they do. Anything else that needs to come before us tonight?
Yes, sir.
If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. So moved. All in favor? Yes. All right, this meeting is adjourned.